Ministers, Director Generals, delegates of the OIE and national representatives. I was delighted when Dr. Valle asked me to take part in this third OIE Global Conference on Animal Welfare. I'm fully aware of the importance of the next few days and deeply regret not being able to be with you in Kuala Lumpur. Unfortunately, the OIE conference coincides with the General Assembly of the FEI, the world governing body of equestrian sport. And in my role as president, it's kind of my duty to be there. This is a significant day for me, as the OIE has honored me by inviting me to become an OIE Goodwill Ambassador. I've accepted with great pleasure. I'm happy and very proud to have this opportunity to play an active role in supporting the OIE's efforts to create a better and healthier world. The mission of the OIE is one I strongly believe in, which complements those of other global organizations I'm involved in, such as the UN, FAO, IOC, and IFAD. The OIE has played an important role in establishing the standards and improving the approach taken to maintaining animal health globally, and at a time when the world faces the challenges of climate change, globalization, and ever-growing population to feed, I can clearly see that the objectives of the OIE are essential. The international standards on animal health and welfare that have been adopted by the member countries of the OIE are a vital support to animal production, food security and safety, as well as the alleviation of poverty. 1 billion people worldwide rely on animals for their livelihood. Animals are essential to many aspects of human life, including work and leisure. They also contribute to human well-being by providing a source of food and through their important byproducts. Animals have remarkable senses that enable them to be trained even as lifesavers. But more than this, they are partners that teach us a great deal about trust and giving our very best performances. The recent London Olympic Games and Paralympic Games, equestrian competitions very successfully showcased this to billions of viewers around the world. Domesticated and wild animals enrich our planet and mankind. They are natural assets that must be safeguarded. The OIE strives to protect the health of all animals globally in a universal manner based on sound principles and standards. And let us not forget, health goes hand in hand with welfare. That is why the OIE seeks to provide standards for animal welfare. It sets the standards for the conditions in which animals are transported by sea, land, and air. It creates the standards for the control of infectious disease, humane slaughter, breeding, and cross-border trading of animals, as well as for the use of animals in research. The common ground of these welfare standards, which have been adopted by the 178 OIE member countries, is a sound scientific basis that takes into account cultural and religious sensitivities. Animal welfare is a complex, multifaceted, and highly public policy issue that encompasses not only scientific but also economic and political dimensions. It is an important indicator of the development level of our society and engages many people's perspectives. The OIE, in its global approach to health, has clearly understood the need to establish an equally global approach to welfare. Its One Health initiative brings animal health and welfare together with human public health and is therefore key to basic human welfare. In my various roles, I travel widely and have observed the best the world has to offer. At times, I've also seen the worst aspects. Our world is developing greatly, but of course, it's not doing so at the same speed in all regions. The OIE approach takes into account the difficulty in implementing standards at differing speeds in regions that vary greatly. This conference is seeking to define regional expectations so that the best solutions can be found. These solutions are important to our planet's animal health and indirectly to the successful and sustainable development of mankind. Put simply, nations and regions must gain the capacity to deliver better animal health and welfare through suitable training and better communication. Veterinary services must be strengthened locally, and the contribution to development of international standards and guidelines has to be improved. National legislation, which is essential to the universal application of the agreed OIE standards, must also be strengthened. Change cannot happen immediately and simultaneously. It must be brought about in steps, and I really hope that this conference will give you the confidence to take the steps that are best suited to your region. These steps would contribute to making a difference. Among all the pressing demands for the resource and skills, safeguarding the relationship between animal health and welfare and human welfare must be one of the most deserving and beneficial goals. My greatest hope is that this conference will be a true catalyst in finding the way forward for your nation to implement the OIE standards and in building on the previous 2 global animal welfare conferences by taking action. I send my very best wishes to you for a successful week, and like all of you, I look forward to the much needed outcome of this conference.